In an ABC News exclusive, actor Jonathan Majors sat down with me in his first interview since a jury handed down a guilty verdict for reckless harassment, a misdemeanor, and a violation of harassment in the second degree.
Jonathan Majors' star was rising faster than a SpaceX rocket, but like Icarus, Majors flew too close to the sun. In a twist that no scriptwriter saw coming, Majors faced a harsh reality check. Accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend, he swapped movie sets for courtrooms. The verdict? Guilty as charged. In this video, we will delve into the details of Majors' conviction and the impact on his career. Case explained. It all started on a fateful night, March 25th, when Majors and his girlfriend, whose name is Jabari Grace, were returning home from a lively Brooklyn party. This night marked a turning point in their relationship, leading to a series of events that landed Majors in the courtroom. According to court filings, the incident began when Jabari glanced at Majors' phone and stumbled upon a text message that read, "Wish I was kissing you right now." The discovery of this message ignited a fiery argument between the couple. As tensions escalated inside the private car, Majors' anger allegedly boiled over. In a fit of rage, he reportedly began grabbing the right side of Jabari's body, forcefully prying her right middle finger off the phone. The court documents revealed that this act caused significant bruising, swelling, and excruciating pain for Jabari. But the physical assault didn't stop there. Majors then allegedly twisted Jabari's right arm, inflicting further harm upon her. And as if that wasn't enough, he struck her ear, leaving her with a painful laceration. The court filing paints a grim picture of the aftermath, stating that Jabari suffered a fractured finger, extensive bruising on her body, a laceration behind her right ear, and a noticeable bump on her head. As a result of this incident, prosecutors charged Majors with 2 counts of misdemeanor assault and 2 counts of harassment. The severity of the injuries and the disturbing nature of the events led the judge to grant Jabari a full temporary order of protection against Majors. But the plot thickens. Prosecutors revealed that they possess a report from the London Metropolitan Police and undisclosed medical records related to a previously unreported incident in September 2022, represented by defense lawyer Priya Chaudhry, known for her high-profile clients such as Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah and filmmaker Paul Haggis. Jonathan Majors vehemently denied the allegations of domestic violence. Chaudhry wasted no time in painting a different picture of the events that unfolded on that fateful night. In a statement released shortly after Majors' arrest, Chaudhry claimed that the incident occurred due to Jabari's emotional crisis, which led to her hospitalization. According to Chaudhry, the NYPD was obligated to make an arrest in such situations, and that was the sole reason behind Majors' arrest. The defense's version of events challenges the prosecution's narrative. Chaudhry claims that it was Jabari who initiated the violence, attempting to steal Majors' phone. The defense argues that Majors ran out of the car and sent Jabari a breakup text from a hotel where he spent the night. According to court filings, Jabari later showed up at Majors' apartment after partying at a club, bombarding him with 32 phone calls, accusing him of infidelity via text, and even threatening suicide. However, these purported texts were not included in the court filings. The defense further claims that Majors arrived home later that morning to a shocking discovery. Jabari had taken a bunch of sleeping pills and was found unconscious on the floor of a closet with a cut behind her ear and a broken finger. To support their version of events, Chaudhry provided a series of unverified text messages from Jabari to Majors. In one message, Jabari allegedly stated that the police had to arrest Majors due to the injuries on her body, but she assured him that she would ensure nothing happened about the incident. She even claimed responsibility, stating that it was her fault for trying to grab his phone. These messages, according to the defense, support Majors' version of events. Another text allegedly sent by Jabari expressed her disapproval of the charges being placed against Majors. She insisted that the accusation of strangulation, which was initially made against Majors but later dropped, was false and should be removed immediately. In a letter to the court, Chaudhry made a startling claim. She alleged that body camera footage would reveal that a police officer coached Jabari to say that Majors grabbed her by the throat. Chaudhry accused the officers of showing more sympathy towards Jabari, whom she described as a petite white woman, than towards Majors, a tall, strong, young, very famous black man. These allegations raise concerns about the integrity of the investigation and the potential biases at play. Chaudhry has also cast doubt on the severity of Jabari's injuries. In a court filing, she pointed to security camera footage of Jabari clubbing after Majors left her. The defense meticulously analyzed the footage, highlighting Jabari's seemingly uninhibited actions, such as tucking her hair behind her right ear, pointing with her index finger, and even dancing without any visible signs of discomfort, swelling, or bruising. The defense argues that this footage contradicts the prosecution's claims of severe injuries. Furthermore, in the sidewalk surveillance footage captured after the incident, Jabari can be seen using her right hand to put her hair in a bun and hold a cell phone. The defense argues that this further supports their claim that Jabari was uninjured and capable of normal activities. To bolster their case, the defense presented selfies purportedly taken by Majors on the night of the incident. These photos show a small scratch on his chin and scratch marks on his arm. According to Chaudhry, these images are crucial evidence that Majors was also a victim of assault. Based on Majors' account, the NYPD charged his ex-girlfriend with misdemeanor assault and criminal mischief. She was subsequently released with a death ticket summoning her back to court at a later date, as reported by the New York Times. The district attorney's office later stated that it would not prosecute her, citing a lack of merit in the charges. The decision not to prosecute Jabari, Majors' ex-girlfriend, raises questions about the validity of the charges and the evidence presented. On the morning of December 4th, Jonathan Majors entered the courtroom donning a long black coat and a fedora. With a Bible, a notebook, and his characteristic ceramic mug in hand, he kissed his partner, who wore a black strapless jumpsuit, and greeted a group of 6 women with a kiss on the cheek. While the defense did not provide details about the relationship between Majors and these women, a source confirmed that one of them was Majors' mother. In the opening remarks, prosecutor Michael Perez wasted no time in painting a damning picture of Majors' behavior. Perez alleged that even before the March 25th incident, Majors had engaged in cruel and manipulative patterns of psychological and physical abuse towards Jabari, his girlfriend at the time. According to Perez, the couple had been in a relationship for 2 years, discussing marriage and children. Perez claimed that Majors became mean and controlling, resorting to manipulation tactics such as threatening suicide. In one incident in July 2022, Perez alleged that Majors' anger towards Jabari reached a boiling point, resulting in him throwing household items at the wall and shattering glass. A few months later, Majors allegedly pulled headphones out of Jabari's ears during an argument, berating her by saying, "You're stupid if you don't know what you did was wrong." Perez further claimed that Majors compared Jabari's role in the relationship to that of Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama, asserting his superiority. As for the March 25th incident, Perez painted a harrowing picture of the alleged assault. He claimed that after Majors assaulted Jabari, she sought refuge with strangers at a club before returning to his apartment to document her injuries. This sequence of events, according to Perez, demonstrated the fear and desperation Jabari experienced as a result of Majors' alleged abuse. In stark contrast, the defense's opening remarks were marked by a dramatic flair. Priya Chaudhry, Majors' defense lawyer, characterized the roles of the individuals involved in the incident. She painted a picture of one person emerging with visible injuries, bloodied and scared, while the other person emerged unscathed and unhurt, even going so far as to buy expensive champagne and hold hands with strangers. Using hand gestures for emphasis, Chaudhry described a scene in which Jabari allegedly saw a text on Majors' phone from a woman named Cleopatra. This text, which read, "Wish I was kissing you right now," referenced D'Angelo's song Lady. Chaudhry claimed that Jabari, driven by jealousy, assaulted Majors and subsequently pinned the abuse on him. Chaudhry questioned the credibility of someone who Majors' driver referred to as a psycho girl and who woke up half naked on the floor of his closet, confused about the events of the previous night. As the opening arguments concluded, the courtroom was left in a state of tension and anticipation. The conflicting narratives presented by the prosecution and the defense have set the stage for a trial that promises to be filled with shocking revelations and intense courtroom drama. During testimony, Jabari described a series of incidents that unfolded during the tumultuous 2-year relationship. Jabari revealed that she often felt the need to be perfect in order to avoid triggering Majors' explosive anger. The slightest misstep or wrong word could set off his temper, and she lived in constant fear of his outbursts. One incident that Jabari recounted took place during a visit to Majors' Los Angeles home in the summer of 2022. She alleged that an argument escalated into a terrifying confrontation. Majors threw candles and shouted at her, creating an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. But it was the night of the incident in question that Jabari described in great detail. Jabari testified that on that fateful night, she and Majors were in a car returning home after dinner and a show. Overwhelmed by curiosity and suspicion, she asked Majors to let her see the text messages from Cleopatra. In a desperate attempt to hide the evidence, Majors tried to pry the phone from Jabari's fingers, twisting her arm behind her back with such force that she experienced excruciating pain. To make matters worse, he also hit her in the head during the struggle. Following the altercation, Majors fled the car, leaving Jabari alone and in distress. However, their paths crossed again briefly as they returned to the car to have a conversation before Majors ultimately decided to go to a hotel. Jabari, seeking distraction and solace, spent a few hours at a club before returning to their apartment. Upon her return, Jabari received a text message from Majors, expressing his desire to end their relationship. As the night progressed, Jabari's injuries became more apparent. She noticed her right finger starting to bruise, and she discovered dried blood behind her ear. Overwhelmed by fear and uncertainty, she locked the bedroom door, hoping to protect herself from any further harm. However, Jabari's sense of security was shattered when she woke up on the floor of a walk-in closet, surrounded by a group of police officers. They had responded to a distress call and found her in a disoriented state. Concerned for her well-being, they immediately took her to the hospital for medical attention. During the cross-examination, Majors' defense lawyer, Chaudhry, attempted to cast doubt on Jabari's account. Chaudhry questioned her about her alleged drinking problem problem, suggesting that Majors' anger was a result of her drinking habits. However, Jabari denied having a drinking problem and maintained that Majors would use her drinking as an excuse to get upset with her. Among other witnesses were Holly Blakey, a friend of Jabari, and Brendan Swain, an NYPD domestic violence prevention officer who responded to the scene. Holly Blakey testified about her interactions with Jabari in the aftermath of the alleged assault. She described Jabari as a driven and energetic person, but over the course of her relationship with Majors, she noticed a significant change in her friend. Jabari lost weight, became more withdrawn, and seemed to have less interest in herself. Blakey testified that she had multiple conversations with Jabari on March 25th, the night of the incident, and described her as a very broken and very traumatized person. Jabari confided in Blakey, revealing that Majors had hurt her and even sent photos of her injuries over text. The next witness to take the stand was Brendan Swain. Swain recounted his response to the distress call at the couple's Chelsea penthouse. As the prosecution played body camera footage, Swain described finding Jabari in a closet, where she claimed to have fallen asleep after taking a sleeping pill. Initially, Jabari appeared disoriented, but as time passed, her sentences became clearer. Swain noted a frightened look on Jabari's face when Majors was present, prompting him to ensure that Majors stayed in a separate room. Swain's testimony provided valuable insight into the immediate aftermath of the alleged assault and the emotional state of Jabari. Jurors watched the body camera footage, witnessing Jabari struggling to sit up and crying as she spoke to the officers. Swain noticed that her right middle finger was bruised, and he observed a laceration on her right ear. Concerned for her well-being, Swain repeatedly asked Jabari about the cause of her injuries. Initially, she expressed concern about Majors getting into trouble, but eventually, she explained what Majors had allegedly done to her finger. During the cross-examination, Majors' defense lawyer, Seth Zuckerman, attempted to challenge the thoroughness of Swain's investigation. Zuckerman questioned whether Swain had asked to see Jabari's phone, thoroughly searched the apartment, interviewed witnesses, or reviewed surveillance footage before making the arrest. Swain's response to each question was a resounding no. Zuckerman also pointed out a mistake in Swain's initial report, which stated that Jabari had a laceration behind her right eye instead of her ear. Swain clarified that it was a typographical error and that he meant to write ear. Zuckerman's line of questioning aimed to cast doubt on the credibility of the investigation. Expected to deliver crucial testimony, the prosecution had claimed that the driver, Naveed Sarwar, witnessed Majors throwing Jabari like a football into the back of the car. However, through an Urdu translator, Sarwar testified that he saw Majors leave the car after an argument with Jabari. He stated that Majors was pushing Jabari back into the car to get rid of her, and he had a feeling that Jabari had hit Majors based on the sounds he heard. Sarwar clarified that he did not witness the physical altercation directly, emphasizing that he could only testify to what he saw. Dr. William Chang, the doctor who evaluated Jabari at the hospital, provided expert testimony regarding her injuries. He explained that he glued a cut behind her right ear, which seemed to have happened from a fight or sharp object. He also talked about an x-ray showing Jabari's broken finger, suggesting it wasn't an accident or self-done. Dr. Chang said Jabari didn't know how she got hurt. He mentioned that a broken finger wouldn't usually happen from just twisting or squeezing an arm, and pointed out there was no bruising on her head, which is common in head injury. Among the evidence were photographs that vividly captured the aftermath of the alleged assault. Surveillance videos from the night of the incident were also presented as evidence. One video showed Jabari chasing after Majors down the street. Audio recordings played a crucial role in the trial, offering a glimpse into the conversations between Majors and Jabari. Text messages exchanged between Majors and Jabari were also introduced as evidence. The closing arguments presented by both the defense and the prosecution left the jury with much to consider. The fate of Jonathan Majors now rests in their hands. The Manhattan jury's verdict came as a shock to many, as they found Majors guilty of recklessly assaulting and injuring his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Majors is likely to receive his sentence on February 6th for 2 charges: a minor assault charge that could result in up to a year in jail, and a harassment charge. It does not look good. Many A-list celebrities have found themselves in Jonathan Majors' position in the past. Let's look at some of them. One of the earliest cases of domestic abuse involving a celebrity was that of legendary singer and performer James Brown. Known as the Godfather of Soul, Brown's personal life was marred by violence. In 1988, Brown was arrested for assaulting his then-wife, Adrienne Rodriguez, with a lead pipe. Another shocking case from the early years involves the legendary actor Mickey Rooney. With a career spanning over 9 decades, Rooney was a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. However, his personal life was far from picture perfect. In 1966, Rooney's wife, Barbara Ann Thomason, was found dead in their home. The circumstances surrounding her death were suspicious, and it was later revealed that Rooney had physically abused her. Although he was never charged with her murder, the incident tarnished his reputation and forever linked his name to domestic abuse. As we move into the more recent decades, we encounter a new wave of celebrities charged with domestic abuse. One such example is the talented actor Josh Brolin. Known for his roles in films like No Country for Old Men and Avengers Endgame. Brolin's personal life took a dark turn when he was arrested for spousal battery in 2004. The incident involved his then-wife, actress Diane Lane, and shed light on the dark side of their seemingly perfect Hollywood marriage. Another shocking case that rocked the entertainment industry involved the iconic actor Steven Seagal. Known for his action-packed roles in films like Under Siege and Above the Law, Seagal's tough guy persona seemed to extend beyond the silver screen. In 2010, his ex-wife, Kelly LeBrock, accused him of domestic abuse, revealing a side of the actor that was far from heroic. While some celebrities may find themselves facing domestic abuse charges once, others become repeat offenders, unable to break the cycle of violence. One such example is the controversial actor and musician Mel Gibson. Gibson's personal life has been marred by numerous incidents of domestic abuse, the most notable being his altercation with then-girlfriend Oksana Grigorieva in 2010. Another repeat offender is the talented but troubled actor Charlie Sheen. Known for his role in the hit sitcom 2.5 Men, Sheen's personal life has been riddled with controversy. In 1996, he pleaded guilty to domestic abuse charges involving his then-girlfriend Brittany Ashland. Sheen's troubles didn't end there, as he faced similar charges in 2009 involving his then-wife Brooke Muller. Domestic abuse is not limited to the world of acting. It has also cast a dark shadow over the music industry. One of the most notorious cases involves the talented musician and producer Phil Spector. Known for his groundbreaking work in the 1960s, Spector's success was overshadowed by his violent tendencies. In 2003, actress Lana Clarkson was found dead in Spector's mansion, and he was subsequently charged with her murder. Another shocking case that rocked the music industry involved the R&B singer Chris Brown. In 2009, Brown's assault on his then-girlfriend, pop star Rihanna, shocked the world. The incident left Rihanna battered and bruised. Brown's career took a hit, and he faced legal consequences for his actions. But the incident also sparked a larger conversation about the cycle of abuse and the responsibility of celebrities as role models. The impact of the conviction on Major's career has been swift and severe. Less than 2 hours after the verdict was announced, a spokesperson for Marvel confirmed that Majors would no longer be part of their upcoming projects, effectively ending his role as Kong the Conqueror, the highly anticipated villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The impact of the charges extended beyond the Marvel Universe. Majors had received critical acclaim for his performance in Magazine Dreams, a film that premiered at Sundance earlier in 2023. The movie was set to hit the big screens in December, but the release date was pushed back by Walt Disney and Searchlight. The repercussions continued as Majors was dropped from an adaptation of the Walter Mosley novel The Man in My Basement and is no longer in the running for an Otis Redding biopic. These career setbacks highlight the gravity of the charges and the industry's response to the allegations against him. Major's talent agency, Entertainment 360, and his PR firm also severed ties with the actor. However, he still remains represented by the talent agency WME, indicating that there may still be some hope for his future in the industry. The fallout from the trial has been swift and severe, leaving Major's once promising career in shambles. Crisis PR experts have weighed in on the situation, highlighting the significant challenges Majors now faces in attempting to salvage his career. Catherine Arnold, a producer and entertainment consultant, emphasized that in the era of the Me Too movement and heightened sensitivity around issues of physical and sexual abuse, it is highly unlikely that any studio or network would want to associate themselves with Majors. The fear of viewer backlash and the need to respect women in the industry make it an uphill battle for Majors to find work in the foreseeable future. The jury's decision to find Majors guilty of assault and harassment while acquitting him of assault with intent to cause injury further complicates his path to redemption. The sentencing, scheduled for February 2024, looms over Majors, with the potential for a 1-year jail sentence on the misdemeanor charges. The severity of the conviction and the legal consequences add to the challenges he must overcome to rebuild his career. Majors' rise to prominence in the entertainment industry had been swift and promising. His breakthrough performance in The Last Black Man in San Francisco garnered critical acclaim and established him as a talent to watch. He followed this success with roles in Creed 3 and his portrayal of Kang the Conqueror in Marvel projects such as Loki and Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Majors' future in Hollywood seems secure, with numerous Marvel projects lined up, including the highly anticipated Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. However, the abuse allegations that first surfaced in March 2023 marked the beginning of a rapid downfall for Majors. As the accusations became public, he found himself abandoned by the usual reputation-protecting structures of Hollywood. While the guilty verdict has dealt a severe blow to his reputation, history has shown that actors can make comebacks even after disturbing revelations become public. Johnny Depp, for instance, faced defamation allegations alongside his ex, Amber Heard, but was still greeted with a standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival. The entertainment industry has a history of justifying casting decisions based on financial prospects. If they believe they can make money off Majors, they may be willing to give him him another chance. However, the road to redemption will not be easy for Majors. The strategy pitfalls he encountered leading up to the verdict have further complicated his situation. By rejecting the idea of hiring a professional public relations team and choosing to go to trial instead of settling, Majors took significant risks that ultimately backfired. The gap between his and Jabari's accounts of the incident, as well as his decision not to testify in his own defense, have left a lasting impact on public perception. One of the key strategies for Majors is to show genuine remorse for his actions. The guilty verdict has left a stain on his career, and he needs to acknowledge the harm he has caused and take responsibility for his behavior. Heartfelt apology to Grace Jabari and the public can go a long way in demonstrating his commitment to change and growth. In addition to apologizing, Majors should also demonstrate that he is actively learning from his mistakes. Engaging in therapy or counseling specifically tailored to address issues of domestic abuse can be a crucial step in his journey toward personal growth and rehabilitation. By openly sharing his experiences and lessons learned, Majors can show that he is committed to breaking the cycle of violence and becoming a better person. Furthermore, Majors should seek to become role models and advocate for change. By using his platform to raise awareness about domestic abuse and support organizations that work towards its prevention, he can demonstrate a genuine commitment to making a positive impact. Engaging in public service activities and partnering with reputable charities can help rebuild his image and show that he is dedicated to using his influence for good. It is also important for Majors to carefully select the projects he takes on in the future. While major studios and networks may be hesitant to cast him in the immediate aftermath of his conviction, independent films and smaller productions may be more willing to give him a chance. By choosing roles that align with his desire for redemption and showcase his acting abilities, Majors can slowly rebuild his career from the ground up. However, Majors must strike the right balance between being apologetic and remorseful while downplaying his past actions. The public will be closely watching his every move, and any signs of insincerity or attempts to minimize the severity of his actions could further damage his reputation. Honesty, transparency, and a genuine commitment to change should be at the forefront of his public image. In the long road back to redemption, Majors should not rush the process. Rebuilding trust takes time, and he must focus on personal growth and self-reflection. By taking the necessary steps to address his past behavior and actively working towards becoming a better person, Majors can slowly regain the trust of both the industry and the public. These are the opinions of experts on Jonathan Majors' situation, but most of us will not agree with them. If anything, both Majors and his ex-partner, Jabari Grace, had their issues. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.